good afternoon, Shirley.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I am doing very well. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, God is good.
Isn't he? All the time.
Yes, all the time.
God is good.
Thank you,
We
Jesus.
are
Our
sisters
sharing our heart with
with you. A little behind there.
That's all right. All right. Well, today we are going to be sharing some springtime blessings with you.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it's a couple things actually. I'm going to share about a lady's garden tea that you can put together.
Ooh,
I've been doing that for several
fun.
years now. I didn't get to do it this past year, but I'm definitely going to do it this year in April.
Oh, I'm excited.
I know, right?
Do I get to come?
Oh yes.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Absolutely.
Sounds great.
Yes, and then also we're going to do a blessing basket
Ooh.
and show you how to put. Well, you probably already know how to put a blessing basket together, but we're just going to give you a couple ideas.
Yes.
And everybody's got their own creativity,
Yes.
so it's kind of fun just to learn from everybody and make it happen. But I'm thinking there's so many people that need encouragement right now that could definitely use a basket, blessing basket. So I wanted to say thank you for joining today. And I have been doing the ladies' tea for several years now. And it is a lot of work, but I have a lot of help. So I know some years I'm like, oh, I'm just too tired, or the house is, we've had trouble with leaking walls and stuff, and slab leaks and stuff.
Have to get some repairs done.
Yes, and we have ended up finally just doing a whole entire, where they took the pipes, repiping up into the attic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Major.
So we just had that, so everything's all over the place. But I said, Lord, I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway, and my friends are going to have to just pretend like it's all the stuff's not around.
That's okay. We can do that.
It works, right?
So, can I ask you something real quick?
Yeah.
So, what was the reason, or why did something get sparked in you to want to do like a ladies' garden tea? Like, when did you first start?
Wow. Gosh, I don't even know what year it was, but for me, I think I have so many different friends from so many different groups, and they're all special to me, and I just wanted everybody to
come together
and meet each other. Because when I talk to people about, oh, this is my friend from church, or this is my friend from WMF, or this is my friend from my business, this is my friend from, I don't know, I just have lots of different groups. So I think it's fun.
It's kind of like there's one body,
right,
but many parts to it in the body of Christ.
Yes.
And that's bringing us together with all of our different
skills. I do it in April because that's around Easter time. That's when I do my resurrection garden.
Oh, yes.
That I learned how to do. And it's fun to get together and just, you'll see once I explain the whole thing.
Okay.
You'll see how special it is. But I think my heart is, I just think we need, with springtime, bringing life and restoring life and stepping out, like, marching forward in Jesus,
That's
in the
right.
Lord. It's just all about life and renewal and restoration. And so for me, I think the tea adds that time of fellowship that maybe we haven't gotten. Well, I know we haven't gotten it this year, but we do it outside. So I have a big patio area. So you
can distance and you can still have
fellowship.
Your tea and fellowship and still be together as friends.
So I'm doing it outside, and we do a potluck. I tried to think of when I first originally wanted to do this. Obviously, I can't do this myself. So I was thinking, okay, how can I make it so everybody does something and we can all come together? So I make it a potluck. Fun. And I have a setup team and I have a tear down team.
Oh my goodness, you really got it organized.
Oh yes. I borrow everything I can, honestly. I have a bunch of tables, but I have a group that comes and helps me set up, and I use the dollar store a lot.
Hey, it works.
Yep. I have a little entry card table that's decorated in the front, and I have name tags. So everybody just puts
Cool.
their first name only, and I put a number on each name tag, and I'll explain why in a few minutes.
Okay.
But when they walk in, I ask them to bring a plant or a
Oh,
flower.
I love that.
Yeah, because we're going to do an exchange after we eat.
Oh, how nice.
So bring your favorite flower or your favorite succulent or your favorite plant, and then I'll put them all by the fountain. We have a waterfall. Put them all on a table, and then I call numbers after lunch, and then the people get to go up and pick something different.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
I also I have them bring their favorite teacup.
Oh, how beautiful.
Yeah. So this is from a lady named Robbie, and it's got a little saucer, and I guess this is like a little dessert tray.
Yeah.
But
Beautiful.
it's so cute. I love it, and this is special. I have them share at their table why their tea cup set is
I love
special.
that. I love that.
And this one is because Robbie is the first person that taught me how to quilt.
Oh,
When I was younger,
how sweet.
I went to her place and she showed me how to hand quilt, and I loved it. And I've done it for years now with Women's Missionary Fellowship, WMF. We make quilts for the missionaries and pastors, and so it's very special to me. And then this one over there, I don't think it's probably too hard to get to, but this is from Elizabeth's mom, and this is a beautiful little tea set, and it's she's also a quilter as well, but it's just a special memory to me to have that.
Yeah.
I love it, and Elizabeth was my maid of honor in our wedding 41 years ago. So
Wow, that's
so
wonderful.
it's just special. So when we do the outside setup on our patio, I often do simple, like I'll have a tablecloth. I just wanted to show you an idea. I just went to the dollar store and picked up, some of their plastic tablecloths. But one thing you could do if you don't have tablecloths, I borrow everything. But if you have like a lace tablecloth, you can lay it over the color, and the
isn't that pretty?
purple comes through, and then you can do I just use mason jars and put some. You can do fresh flowers or mix them with some.
How wonderful.
Mix them with some, stuff from the dollar store, and draw out the color. Like this little white one has some purple at the end. Mix it with some yellow and stick it in a little mason jar, and do that. Or I borrow tablecloths from our church because I like to borrow. It's just easier, but it's fun. And I always set up chairs and tables that some people like to be in the sun, some people like to be in the shade. I always have it in April because it's a little bit warmer outside.
Do you get your tables and chairs from the church or?
Friends, usually. I have a lot because we have a big patio. Over the years, it just seems like we just have a lot. But but I do use. I do try to make it so people can be in the sun or in the shade, because some people have preferences. So I'll have a couple of umbrellas set up out there. Some tables are underneath my patio, and the rest are out in the sun. And I turn on my waterfall. It's very fun. I wanted to show you. I have. I've kind of done different things with the plates. I used to buy stuff at the dollar store, cute little plates at the dollar store, which is really nice. The thing I found with that, though, is that they couldn't hold the food very well, and then people would drop them. And that wasn't fun to have happen. So I ended up going to Costco and getting, their plastic set.
Oh, how nice.
And that's nice. It kind of looks like china.
It does.
Ware.
It very much does.
Yeah, so, a little dessert plate and a regular plate and it's not that expensive.
Oh, I was gonna ask about. Do you have an attired core here?
Woo, yes. Okay, so I
Okay.
tell the ladies to bring either wear something springtime. You know, you don't have to wear a dress, but if you have a favorite dress, get a little hat and then you know everybody wears a hat because we're gonna have a hat on. And what I did, I actually got ribbon, different colors of ribbon, so I have clips and a little flower thing on here.
Okay.
And I just clip it on. That way, if depending on what I'm wearing, I can make it match somehow. And then I make a few extra hats. You can get hats at the dollar store for $1, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they're cute. And then you know you just have a couple available for people that forgot to bring a hat. And it's so cute in the picture. You're gonna see some pictures. I'm gonna show some pictures at the end. But I have them bring their plant and wear a hat, and bring their potluck, and what I do for I got to finish the outside part. Now let's see on the outside part. That's pretty much it. I use plasticware too.
Do you want me to hold those for you and you
No.
talk about it?
Sure.
Okay.
So the way I do it for the inside, when I set up the tables inside, I actually set up a different table in each room. So, and when you walk in from the patio, I have a hot tea table and all the different teas. I have some extra teacups in case people didn't bring some. I just have them sitting there, and with the sweeteners, honey and some organic sweetener and different things like that. Cream, if they want some cream in their tea. And lots of different tea blends.
So are the tables with the food, the teas and stuff, are they outside or?
Nope, I keep all the food inside. That's
okay.
a good question, because if one bug comes, they call their whole family, and then all of a sudden you have all the flies there.
Yeah.
So I keep all the food inside and have the ladies come in and after we pray and get their stuff. But
Okay.
so a hot tea thing by the patio. Oh, this is on the very front when you walk in. First name only on their name tag, and I already have them numbered, so they just write that down. I have a beverage table in my kitchen that I set up for water, or if I have some iced tea if it's warmer. So that's nice, and I had my niece straw flowers all over.
They're beautiful.
Jasmine.
Oh, they're just beautiful.
Jasmine, yeah, she's
amazing.
So my main table in my dining room is entrees, and I use I picked up some of these. You know, you just set them in here. There you go.
Oh, yeah, there you go. You got it there.
And you set it on your table, and that way when they walk in, they know what's on that table. If they can't, I mean, you can tell what's on the table, but you know.
But it kind of helps.
It kind of helps.
You get busy talking.
Yeah, and then I have another table set up in my dining room that's for side dishes. You know, salads and stuff, and then in my living room I put the desserts.
Oh, that is darling. I love the
Isn't
artwork.
that fun?
It's just cute.
I love the way Jasmine draws. She's so amazing to me. Put your purse on the bed. So if they want to,
But they're always asking, where do I put my purse? Where do I put my coat?
When they come in, I have that on our little entry table. Put your purse on the bed, and then I have this little door open to my little office. So just an idea, just to make it easier, because when you have 40 women,
Wow.
yeah, 30, 40 women, I'm trying to think about how we're not bumping into each other. So to have everything separate so you can have a lot of people in your house getting food easily. You know, that's my thing, is I want everybody to be able to get to it easily. Okay, so I do have, as I said before, I have on the outside when they come in at the waterfall area, I set up a table to put their flower that they brought, or their plant.
So do you get a few extra plants yourself?
Yes, I do.
Just in case someone. Okay.
Yes, and the way I learned the hard way on this, because with a lot of women, I was having them individually come up. Don't do that. I say, okay, numbers 1 through 5. Look at your name tag. Numbers 1 through 5. Come up and get your plant, because
That's better.
yeah. Otherwise, it takes all day to get it out to 40 people, through 40 people. So
Sure.
so I always have. I'll tell you the whole program in a minute, but I always have special music playing, so Jasmine and Joy, while the ladies are eating,
Oh,
they'll
how
play. They'll play
wonderful.
their guitar and sing.
Oh, I'd love to hear
Yeah.
her again.
Yes,
That's
it is
wonderful.
beautiful. So you've got the waterfall going, you've got the birds chirping all in my yard.
Oh, can hardly wait.
Yes, and praise music being played while you're visiting
How
at your
wonderful.
table.
That's
And it's
wonderful.
It's cute. And I don't always decorate the tables the same at all. They're almost always very different. So, which makes it more fun. And sometimes I have live flowers. Like if something's in bloom at my neighbor's house, I'll say, bring your flowers and we'll put something together. I got these at, I don't even know where, but you can get flowers anywhere. But I bought these just to have for the main entry table because they're fun. So we do a little welcome for the program part of it. We do, I welcome all the ladies. They all come in and get their table, find their table that they want to sit at.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have Joy and Jasmine help me with, because I have a driveway that you have to climb up, and you're parking all over the place, so on our streets. So I have the girls go down and help the ladies with all their stuff, because they've got their hat on and their plant and their dish of food that they're bringing and their purse, and so I have them go down and help the ladies get up here safely.
That's nice.
Yeah, so that works out really nice. I always welcome everybody, and then I do like a little message and some Bible verses and stuff.
So do you have a theme that you have every year, or?
I kind of wait on the Lord and see what He wants me to share, because every year's so different.
Yeah.
And what we've been through during the year.
Yeah.
So I usually tie in something about how the year has gone since the beginning of the year, and God always gives me something, so it's pretty cool. And then I'll have like a prayer time. I'll just pray over our day and our pray for the ladies out there. And oftentimes I'll try to have all the ladies, meet somebody that they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say, you're all from different groups, and yet you're all my friends. And so I want you to know each other. I mean, this is going to be how it's going to be in heaven.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you don't have like table 1 and table 2 numbers on your tables,
No.
so anybody can sit anywhere.
Yes, and I encourage that. Actually, you know how you tend to go with your friends, and I'll encourage people. There's a few brave people out there that say, "Sure, I'll go and sit at a table. I don't know anybody." I think it's fun to do that, to meet new people, but everybody's different that way. So
sure.
I just say, well, before you leave today, I would love for you to have met a couple people that you did not know before. So that's my hope and prayer. So I'll dismiss, especially right now, I'll dismiss a table at a time so that people can come in and get their stuff and get out without too many people in the house. And then I ask them again to share about their special teacup if they brought one. What's the story behind that? And then we do our flower exchange or plant exchange, and then we all have a group picture at the end.
So do you have everyone get their food first and then you start the program, or?
No, I do the little message before, because once you start eating, you're having conversation with your table, and I want a chance to share from my heart, and a scripture and prayer time. I want that chance to have everybody's attention.
Sure.
I'll get it better if I'm making them wait to eat.
So you kind of go through that first before you dismiss them to go eat?
Yes, and because the rest of it is basically fellowship time. So It's really fun, and I try to make it around to all the tables, and just see how everybody's doing. It's so much fun. Oh my goodness, everybody just people ask me, when are you gonna have your tea? When are you gonna have your tea? It's always in April, and I actually say, well, it's gonna be in April, but I actually look at the whole week on my phone and see what the weather's gonna be, because I'm really particular about weather. I don't want it to be too hot, and I don't want it to be too cold. And I don't want there to be a lot of wind, and I definitely don't want rain, and I want clean air. So I'm not asking for a lot, right?
Well, God can do it. He's a miracle God,
so far, so good, I'm telling you. So
Yeah.
I look at the weather, and then I send out all my invitations according to whenever I find that weather that I need. Yeah, so I don't put it on, one side or the other of a rain day, because
Right.
you know how that works.
Yes.
So it's got to be pretty much a clear week or
So
several days.
it's during the week, not a weekend?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely during the week.
All right.
The reason for that is this, everybody's so busy,
Yeah.
and it's just really hard to schedule on a weekend. It's just too busy.
So what time did you say? What time
I do it for lunchtime.
lunchtime?
Yeah.
Okay.
I usually make it from 11 to 2.
Okay.
And then the other thing for the invitation, I write down that it's a potluck, and you bring your favorite teacup and a plant or a flower to share. Wear a hat and a spring outfit. Bring a sweater because we're outside.
Yeah,
so
you never know when you need
you don't know if the wind, because the wind always picks up in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And then it's your choice or not if you're going to have children. I'm at a point in my life where the ladies I'm with are, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. So for me, it's not as conducive to have children running around, because I don't want anybody to trip. But you know what? You might have a completely different setup, and you might want to have a little area for, to set up little tables for the children, which would be fun too. Or you could do that separately. You don't have to do it the same day. It kind of depends on, how you have your life set up. For me, I prefer, we get these 3 hours together, and I want them to be fellowship, restoration time, without having to be concerned about, is my child okay?
Right.
And actually people that come that are younger, they appreciate that so much, because they don't get to get out much and that way. So for them, it's like,
Yeah.
I get to have 3 whole hours. Woo!
Well, it's funny you talked about how people can set it up. I just told my grandchildren and some of their close friends that they've been with, Nanny wants to have a tea party.
There you go.
And I want the boys to wear ties.
There you go.
They can wear their flip-flops and their shorts and everything else, but I want them to wear a tie.
Yes.
And the girls, it'll be part on their mom's, a hat and maybe some gloves.
Oh.
So, because I want to teach them about proper etiquette,
Yes.
about having tea, and men can enjoy it also.
Yes.
So I
love that.
Yeah, so it's going to be kind of like a fun thing. So if you're gearing for kids,
Yes.
then it's different.
It's totally different.
But if you're doing it like this for women,
Yeah.
you want to have that time where you can fellowship.
Yeah. It's so true. That's so important, because I only get to do this once a year. So for me, it's more about refreshing the souls of my friends, because I know what the year's like for most of them.
Well, you didn't do it last year.
No.
So
we are.
How nice.
We need to have that.
I bet you they're excited that,
Yes. And I'm very excited too, just to be able to see everybody again. 'Cause there's some people I haven't seen.
Yes.
Everybody's on a different part of the line. Some people are staying home, not going out at all, and then you have over here with the people that are. But everybody's being careful. But you have a different level of carefulness depending on who you are.
Right.
So I want to offer it for the people that want to come.
Right.
You know, of course, you can wear masks or not wear masks, and I'll let them make that decision. And
It's kind of like when you're in a restaurant.
right,
You wear your mask till you sit down, and then when you
Right.
start to eat, you take
Right.
it off, obviously,
right,
and to drink, and that's
Yeah.
totally fine. So
Yeah.
you're doing what's required.
Yes.
So
yeah, and you know, of course, everybody knows if you're sick or not. I mean, so
Right.
don't come if you're sick, obviously. And just, you know, be considerate of other people's feelings, and that works out.
yes.
I have a bunch of different things. Like I found a couple of frames that were cute, and this one says, "She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future." Proverbs 31:25.
I like that.
That's a woman. And you know, that's the Proverbs 31 woman.
Yep, it is.
Because she trusts in the Lord, and she
Yes.
knows the futures, that He's got the future in His hands. And He's not going to let anything happen to us that is not in His plan. And I think this one up here says something about, let's see, I don't want to mess up my whole arrangement here, but let's see. Oh, let all that you do be done in love. 1 Corinthians 16:14.
Nice.
So I just have different things set around. And at the dollar store, again, I found crosses.
Oh, how nice.
So you can pick up crosses for $1. You can paint them. You can put a verse on them. I mean, there's so many things you could do. I've got, well, I made these little cards up years ago, but there's little stands you can pick up. And I just got a 4x6 cards, you know, throw a couple of butterflies and flowers on them. You know, it's, I have these were up in my bathroom. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Psalm 118:24. A butterfly and a heart. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about its own things. Sufficient for the day is its own troubles. Matthew 6:34. I've got a couple ladybugs on that one. I'm just an artsy person. But seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. Matthew 6:33. Butterfly hearts, flowers.
Cute.
So you get set these little verses around your house so people can see. I have, you know, like 20,000 secrets of tea. You know, a little book. You can set that out. Kind of tells you the health benefits of tea. Because I typically pick up things that are going to help me with my health. I have favorite English tea time recipes. So that's kind of fun. And it shows you things you can put with teas, different kinds of little cakes and stuff. So that's fun. Let's see if I have anything else. Oh, yeah, I just pick up at the dollar store again, ribbon. I just put ribbon wherever I need to put ribbon. I have my girlfriend made these little chickies.
Cute.
So inside of them is an egg. So you can put maybe, I don't know, little treats in there. That might go good in the basket that you're going to share about
there you
too,
go.
right?
Yeah.
But if you're like a crochet person, I think this is crocheted. I don't think it's knitted.
Yeah, it's crocheted.
Yeah. So if you get this little thing, she did several different colors. So pink and purple and blue. I think I have a green one. Cute little guys.
Cute.
Got this little egg and a little flower.
Candle, yeah.
It's a little
darling.
candle. Just cute stuff, and then a little cross with a votive in it, so that's fun. Just fun things. So I do have everybody RSVP because I have to know how many tables to set up. It's really important, that part, and I will call people and say, I just need to know if you're coming or not, because I don't want somebody having to stand up.
Exactly. You want to have enough tables
I
and chairs.
want to have enough
Yeah.
tables and chairs. So that is really important to me. But other than that, I think it's pretty special to do this once a year, and everybody looks forward to it. And I definitely do the group picture at the end. So make sure you don't let anybody leave before you do the group picture.
So how long have you been doing this with this tea?
Oh gosh, I want to say maybe 5 years. Something like that.
And you just felt the need to get all your gals together.
I
See friends once a year.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Because sometimes I don't get to see my friends.
Yeah.
Maybe but once a year.
Well, life happens.
It is, and I keep losing my scarf here. It's a slippery little guy. How funny is that? All right. And I need to tie you on.
That's nice because it's true. I was going for a while until COVID hit. I was going up to Idaho to our class reunion, and they would have it every 10 years or whatever. But now, with us getting older, they just
more frequently.
So we do it once a year.
Good.
And it's really nice because you get to see. We're called the Medicare group.
Oh, wow.
Because we're at that point now, right? It's just like, oh my goodness, you guys are so funny. I know, it's hilarious. We're all country kids. But it's wonderful to see old classmates that you would normally not get to see, and it's like this kind of is an extension where it's nice to have that time where you can look forward to being together once a year when maybe you wouldn't see each other for years.
Yes, that is so true. I know people that have not seen their family or some of their friends for years.
Yeah.
And that might work, but you know what? When you start losing family members and friends, you go, wow, I could have made a little more effort, or we should have made a little more effort, both collectively, because I always tell my kids, it's like you have to be intentional.
You have to choose. Yes,
you have to be intentional.
Yeah.
And this isn't one way of being intentional for me to make sure I see all of my friends or as many people that can come one time a year. And I love it. It's
well, God has opened up a door for me. It's just like with family that I'm becoming the older generation now.
Yeah.
And I still have some aunts and uncles left, and so because I can afford it, I'm able to fly up and see them. Once a year. I make an effort to do that because
that's right.
We don't want to wait till there's a funeral.
Right. Yeah.
And then you see everyone, and everyone talks that way. It's like, no, let's make it happen sooner.
Yeah.
And this is kind of, getting together, sharing heart to heart, and just kind of rekindling your friendship and getting to know how you're really doing.
Right.
And it's a lot of fun.
Yes. Because I have friends from the Christian school I used to teach at.
Oh.
So I don't see them very much anymore. So it's nice to pull them into the group as well. And then if I have any friends visiting from out of state, it's fun. It's fun to have them come and meet all my California friends.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about what you said about the teenagers, your kids, your grandkids. Back in the day, we used to have cotillion. So you learned, you came as boys and girls came and learned etiquette. And then they also learned how to dance, ballroom dance.
Yes.
So we used to do swing dancing at our house for the kids.
Fun.
Yeah, because the kids wanted to, I worked at a Christian school, and so the kids wanted to learn how to swing dance. So I said, sure. We'll have swing dance parties. And so it was nice to have a nice social group where the kids could learn a nice way of dancing. But cotillion or doing a tea,
and
I love that.
Just learning how to, pull a chair out for a young lady. And a lot of times, we just think, oh, we can't do that anymore. That's just, but that's just so ridiculous.
Yeah,
I think it's good to keep. It's like we teach our kids to say thank you and please.
Yes.
So let's have some etiquette about,
yes.
How you conduct yourself in public. And,
sure.
it should be something that's taught in school too. So you know what I'm saying? But,
I know we lost.
but it doesn't.
It's sad. We lost it
did.
at our school. Our Bible teacher used when a woman walked into the boys' Bible class for some reason, he'd have all the boys stand up. I mean, that's old fashioned, but
it is. But I love that respect.
Beautiful. It's beautiful, yes.
Because then the women show respect to the men in different ways.
Yes.
So it's like
yes, I think it's so important. And if we're not teaching them as parents to do this, then who's teaching them?
And what are they teaching them?
Right, they're not learning etiquette.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
and I think that's real important.
And
I think their wives and their husbands would appreciate it when they get older.
Yes,
and were to get married or what,
absolutely.
What I'm saying?
Yeah. So I think that was about it for my part, for my tea time.
Well, I've got a basket full of stuff. And this is called a blessing basket. Is that correct?
Yeah, why not?
So you can make something like this. Let's just say, for someone who's not been feeling well.
Yeah, right.
And you want to cheer them up. Or Mother's Day.
Yeah.
That's coming up in May. Or someone's birthday, or just because.
Yep.
In my former church that I went to 30-some years ago, when I first moved here, we had a group of ladies that would get together, and they were called Secret Sisters.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And so I had a secret sister. I knew who she was from the beginning because I knew her personality and how she was so crafty and stuff. So it was just wonderful when I got to be her secret sister. And anyway, she would put together some of the most funnest stuff, and I just loved it. It was just really wonderful because you could see the thought and care into it. So what a blessing basket is, many things, okay? And what I have in here is these came right out of my garden.
There you go.
Lemons and limes.
Woo!
So you can put in there fruit, if you have it. Or even if you go to a store, an organic store, and get some nice looking fruit, you can put that in there. Then I had this, which is like a votive.
Oh.
And it's all handmade.
Ooh.
And then you put a little candle in the middle.
Aww.
See, that's like for St. Patty's Day with a little butterfly. And that's something that you can put in there.
Yes.
Okay?
There you go.
Who doesn't like a magazine?
Yeah.
I honestly
try
to at least once or twice a week sit down outside in my patio and read. And I get some of the old-fashioned ones, so I kind of took it out from my mom.
Yeah.
This is called Birds and Blooms, but I also get Reminisce and Country Magazine.
Oh.
And they're just kind of fun because you can kind of see what is going on across the country.
Oh.
And since I was raised on the farm, I love all this stuff. My mother loved birds. This little basket, dollar store.
Sure.
And it's really durable, actually, so you can find whatever basket. You can decorate it up. You can get glues, hot glue gun.
Yeah.
You can put fake flowers on it or ribbons. Decorate it up and make it fun. This right here looks like it's kind of a mess. But here's an idea. So this is a mason jar.
There you go.
You can paint it. Find yourself some fake flowers and make that like a little centerpiece. Or you can, I have paintbrushes and I got, pins and, here's my glasses and, and here's some scissors and, some other pins kind of thing. Put that up. That was from my friends gave it to me after passed away. Her wife did. Anyway, so you have this, and then you can put this on top to cover it. But this could be something that you could have by your desk, your office desk.
Yeah.
And have things in there that are handy. Or it could just be something without that in there that you decorate your living room. I've got a ton of pins in here. But anyway, then here's a cup.
There you go.
So who doesn't have 12 cups? But at least you have something that you can sit. They can read a book. They can read that. They can have you know, a cup of tea, cup of coffee. So the reason and the purpose behind these blessing baskets is not only to encourage people, but let them know that they're special. So one of the things that I also like to do that I didn't put in here is you can put in a little devotion book.
Yes.
You can also put in a little notebook.
Prayer journal.
Yeah, see, like here, I've got this cute little thing.
Yes.
And you could put in there, you know, a little prayer journal, so that they could have this, you know, beside them.
Yes.
You know, wherever they're praying.
I love that.
You know, you could get the little tiny, if you look around, you could probably go online for it. Find the little tiny miniature Bibles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for some of us that may not work. You need bifocals or whatever. But anyway,
magnifying glass.
Yeah. So your blessing basket could end up being, you know, a real blessing with encouraging someone to. If someone's just come out of the hospital.
Yeah.
And they're not feeling well, what if you put a beautiful bouquet of cut flowers or a potted, you know, succulent or another kind of plant? You know, you could put that in there and change it up, and
maybe a card for a meal or something.
Exactly. And
and I have this too, banana bread.
Oh, banana! There you go. There you go. So say it's a young mother, okay, and she's got children. One of the most beautiful things ever happened to me was after my father had passed away in Idaho. My secret sister put together the most beautiful picnic basket. But she had access to get into my home because someone was taking care of my home. And so she had someone come in and bring this beautiful basket of food. The food that was perishable she put in the fridge. And she put directions on how to cook it.
Oh, wow.
Or it was in the freezer. And she did it the day before we got home.
Wow.
Okay. And everyone in the group put together little notes.
Oh, I love that.
And so there were all these cards.
Yes.
Because it had been 2 weeks. And I was really grieving over losing my daddy.
Yes.
Because we were really close. And when I came in the house, she'd actually... This couple in the church, they cleaned my house from top to bottom.
Oh, wow.
So I came home to a clean house. I came home to all these beautiful notes in this blessing basket and all this food.
Wow.
And I was beyond overwhelmed and thought, wow, this could be like a really beautiful ministry.
Yes.
You could do. And
Yes.
so that actually provoked me in one of my other churches on the women's ministry team. My friend and I, we would put together a basket, and in it would be like communion stuff, and cards from people, whatever, you know, like you said, get a card.
Or even like just maybe one of these.
Yes, exactly. There you go. Something like that.
Something simple.
And some people get, you know, gift cards where you could get food.
Yep.
You know, which is really good for now. And, you know, you can call them and have them deliver it. So, anyway, we would actually go visit people in hospitals. And that was in the day. Oh, I love that. That's beautiful.
Live life in full bloom. Well, that was for my tea party. But, you know, if you had a basket, you could put, these are things I've just gathered through the years. This was a gift. Faith, love it, live it, walk it, talk it, own it, loan it, grow it, show it. But just to put, you know, something in there in your basket, it's just fun.
Well,
you know,
it reminds the person that's
right.
receiving that you took the time and you took the care to put together a basket.
Yes.
And not just throw it together, but you put it together.
Yes.
And you thought about them as you were doing that. Yes. And how much that really meant to them. How much that you felt the care. And I just remember that really touched my heart, so I always wanted to do that. So when we would go to a hospital in the days when you could, we would take a basket of goodies you know, and sometimes drop off food at their house with the husband before we came to the hospital, and there were times when I asked permission first, but I would do foot rubs.
Oh, wow.
And I would bring oils and lotions and rub their feet.
Yes,
while
please.
While my friend was praying with them and talking to them. And so, you can just do all kinds of stuff with a blessing basket.
Yes.
It's endless what you could put in it or how big you want to do it. I know that my friend, she ended up giving it to me, but she actually found a picnic basket with a lid.
Yes.
And inside of it, I know she was a dollar store girl.
Yeah.
And so she got all the checkerboard, napkins, plates, all the stuff that you could just throw away and have to do dishes.
Sweet.
And everything that she brought in food was throwaway containers. So she even thought to that point of, let's just make sure we just cover all bases and, so you can do all kinds of stuff with this blessing basket. And, the Lord talks about how we need to be a blessing to others.
Yes.
And what did Jesus do? He served. Mm-hmm. He didn't come to be served.
Right.
He served. And ultimately, that's what he did on the cross.
Yes.
He served all mankind by taking on all of our sins.
Yes.
And shed his blood for us, died, then rose again, so that we could have victory and receive the gift of salvation through his grace and mercy. So this could be a thing that can encourage people, and even people if they aren't, God commanded us to love him first, and then to love others. Mm-hmm. He commanded us.
Yes.
So whether you're a church person or not a church person, God commands us to love one another. And you show your love to one another, and then people are going to know who you are by the love that you show to each other, right?
Yes.
And then they want to come and find out why. How come you love? Why do you do this for each other? What And one of the most important things that God's been really showing me is love has no boundaries. When you love, it permeates through. And that's what I mean by that.
Yes.
It permeates through and goes beyond. And it will destroy hate if you walk in it. And part of that is forgiveness. When he forgave us, wasn't that a blessing?
Yes.
Yes. So this little basket here, this little blessing basket, can be a real tool of ministry to show the love of God and not show condemnation, but to show that you have compassion. Yes. And that there's no compromise in Christ, but there is this love that Christ was able to, reach people. It didn't matter their gender, their color, their nationality, it didn't matter to God. Right. Because he created all of us in his image. Yes. And so I'm going kind of in that direction because I think that this little blessing basket can be full of love. Yes. And be full of hope. And if you've done it for someone that is in need, think how that would speak to them. Oh, yes. Not just your fellow Christian friends and all this, where it's kind of easy to do the blessing, because, but what about your neighbor who's got a heart issue and they maybe aren't churched? Yeah. Well, don't look at it that way. Look at it, as, that you just want to express God's love to them. Yes. And you don't have you don't have to preach.
No. You can write a little card even just saying, I have been praying for you. Do you know how important that is to somebody's heart?
Touches,
whether they go to church or not, they love to hear that somebody even cares enough to pray for them. That is such, Dee Dee was sharing that with me today with her neighbor and how sweet her neighbor responded back to her and made her some rice pudding, and it reminded her of her mom when she would make her rice pudding
Rice pudding, how wonderful!
Yes, and it just melts your hearts together.
There's something about that.
Yeah.
I have a neighbor that is so sweet, and if I ever go out of town, he always checks on my chickens and takes my garbage out, even though I say, you don't have to take my garbage out. And so I always try to do something in return to let him know I'm so grateful.
Yes.
And that's one of the things I'm going to do is put together a little basket and put little things in there.
Yes.
You know, some of my fruit and stuff that I have and that's coming on still. My avocados and lemons and limes are still coming on.
Yummy.
And just you know, or bake some bread, like you said. Pumpkin bread.
And I get some at my health food store I go to. They have free health magazines.
Oh,
and
that's a good idea.
Different recipes and just talking about your health. And so why not put something in there that might help them that way too.
Exactly.
And I love the fruit idea. Sometimes I'll do honey with some tea and my lemons and either a devotional or some kind of card or something fun.
And the blessing basket could be a ministry tool in the respect that Easter's coming up, right?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay,
Easter.
So you could put things in there because everything is about. Now I love animals. I think all the animals are created by God. Anyway. And so for me, of course, the number one central point is Christ's death and resurrection.
Yeah, you can put a cross in here.
There you go. There you go.
There
Okay.
We go.
But God created life. So I always say new creation. The bunnies, the birds, the bees, all of them. They're all God's new creation and they're all like flourishing at this time of year.
Yeah.
And I just love listening to the birds chirping. And so, you might like put a little birdhouse in there and put in some bird seed.
Yeah.
Bird seed and say, here's your little birdhouse. Put it out, hang it up.
There you
and
go.
See what happens, see how many birds come,
Right. Or even some seed packets.
Exactly.
If they love to garden, just
seed packets.
You go by what you know about them that would bless them.
Exactly.
And I think that even for us, there's people that are home and not going out at all, and they go, I can't do anything to do for any. But yes, you can. You can put together a basket. You're home.
Well, then and for people that are like more shut in, you can put a basket together that's got 2 little terracotta pots. Get a little bag of soil.
Yeah.
Seeds.
Yes.
And here is your in garden.
There you go.
Or get some little
herb garden.
Herb garden.
Yeah.
Here's some little succulents.
Yeah.
The same thing. You just want to bring life, and I think that's part of Easter is life.
Yes.
It's life eternal. It's life that God gave to us, and I know everyone's into the Easter bunny and all that stuff. And I dress up because I just dress up for all holidays. That's just the way I am, And my grandkids look forward to that. And we just have tea parties, and my grandchildren all know about what Easter means, But we have fun. We go hunt for eggs, and that kind of stuff. But, I just think the blessing basket can be such a tool.
Yes.
That can really reach out and minister to people in this time.
Yeah. Actually all through the year.
Absolutely.
All through the year.
Oh, absolutely.
Because
you can make it a seasonal thing.
Sure.
There could be a Thanksgiving.
Sure.
Blessing basket. All the things that you're thankful for.
Yes.
And that would be a really neat thing too, like to our neighbors, you know?
Yes.
I'm so thankful that you watch my chickens, that and put something in there that is related to that.
Sure.
At Christmas time,
there's lots of things for Christmas.
So much Christmas.
Yes.
The next holiday would be
Easter,
and
or even Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
That I appreciate you. You're such a good friend and great neighbor. I love how you do this, and you're special. I think of my neighbor and I love her. She, we have each other's key and we help each other out when we're gone and stuff. So it's beautiful to have wonderful neighbors, and you definitely want to reach out and help and touch your neighbor.
Well, we used to be more neighborly.
Yes, we did.
And the one thing I did see that was positive, and there were many things, even though there was a lot of tragedy in 2020 and a lot of things changed, is you learn to appreciate the people that you love more, and neighbors were checking on neighbors.
Yes.
People were checking out to see if you're okay, do you need anything? And that died away many years ago until this happened.
Right.
And now you see more of that now. And you see people in big cities, are the elderly being taken care of?
Right.
So there's like, oh, can I mow your lawn? It's like
Right.
people aren't looking for something. They are looking to reach out to people.
Yeah.
So
important.
it's just so important. So anyway, the blessing basket is something that can be used all year long, and it could be something that you give even as I got 2 granddaughters. So I think I'm going to put together some blessing baskets. Their birthdays are the 24th and 25th.
There you go.
And just specialize for them.
Yes. And if you have grandchildren in the area, you guys could actually make it a blessing basket party, and everybody brings something to add to the baskets. If you're going to build 5 baskets for neighbors that need, for somebody that needs encouragement.
Absolutely.
Everybody bring 5 things, and we will put together baskets for our these neighbors.
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, that is a good community project. It blesses them. It blesses the grandkids because they learn how to give from their heart.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not about receiving, it's more about the giving.
Yes.
And it teaches a really good lesson to the children.
Yeah.
And doing that is learning how to give.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my story on the blessing basket. And
I'm so glad that we got to do this today.
Yes, yes.
It was really fun, and we're excited about Easter coming up, and we just shared about the Resurrection Garden a couple weeks ago, and we just pray that you have a beautiful Easter coming up.
Yes,
and, that you think of ways that you can reach out to your family and friends.
Yes, and maybe you can put together a blessing basket that can really touch someone's heart.
Yes.
The fact that you thought about them and did something special. It's taking the time. It's like letter writing.
Yes.
You take the time to write, mail it, and when you receive a letter in the mail,
oh yes,
it is so wonderful.
Yes.
So even
or finding a picture, like an old picture of you and your neighbor.
Yes.
I mean, how precious is that?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it's been wonderful being with you today, and we just look forward to coming back again.
Yeah. We'll see you next week, and God bless you guys.
Yes,
Thank you.
God bless.